Greetings, my beautiful lovelies, it's Emmy and welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by Simple Health, birth control that fits your lifestyle. Simple Health, not surprisingly, is simple. You just go online and fill out an online health profile, which will then be reviewed by a physician to see if birth control is a good fit for you. Birth control recommendations will be made, a prescription will be written, and the birth control will arrive at your doorstep. If you have health insurance, birth control will likely be covered. If not, it starts at $15 a month. I really like the fact that my prescription will arrive at my doorstep. There's no need for me to wait in line at the pharmacy. I don't even have to go to the doctor's office. It's so easy and so convenient. I keep thinking how Simple Health would have been such a great tool for me when I was a recent graduate from college. I was moving, I didn't know where I was going to be, I didn't have access to my health clinic, and it was really kind of a tumultuous time. I didn't want any lapses in my prescription, and Simple Health would have prevented all of that. I would have had continuity, I could have simply changed my address, and I would have had that great peace of mind knowing that my prescription would come to me on time every month. Such a great tool. It should be noted that Simple Health is not a replacement for routine checkups with your doctor. Follow Simple Health on Instagram to receive the latest news on women's reproductive health. So if you'd like to try Simple Health out for free, click the link down below or head over to simplehealth.com/Emmy or use the code Emmy at checkout. Big thanks to Simple Health for their continued support and for allowing me to make better videos for you guys. Now today, I'm going to be making a recipe called Sushi Bake. It's baked sushi. Have you ever heard of such a thing? I have not. It was just recently brought to my attention by several of my beautiful lovelies, including Miko Mendoza. And apparently this is really popular in the Philippines. It's become very, very trendy. Although I've read it's also popular in Hawaii as well. Essentially, it's a take on sushi. It's taking sushi ingredients, the rice and all the toppings, and pressing it into a casserole dish and baking it just so the top gets kind of warmed up. And then you serve it in a casserole dish along with nori instead of making individual handmade maki sushi rolls and cutting it up. So this is technically not real sushi. There's no raw fish or raw seafood in this whatsoever. It's not rolled in any kind of way. It's sushi bake. So let's go ahead and make it. Big thanks to all of my beautiful lovelies for reaching out and sending me this suggestion. So the first thing we need to do is to prepare our sushi rice. Now in previous videos, I've talked about my beloved Zojirushi rice cooker, which I've had for years, about 12, 13 years now. Love it. It's a champ. I almost use it every single day and it never fails me. It cooks perfect rice. Now Zojirushi America recently sent me this beauty. This is the Zojirushi Pressure IH. It is the NP-NWC10 model, and it's a lot fancier than my last rice cooker. I still have my original rice cooker. I don't have any plans of getting rid of it. I love that machine, but now I have two. So I use this to prepare the sushi rice. So I used the measuring cup that was provided with the rice cooker, and I measured out 3 even scoops, and I washed it 3 times, rinsed it under cool water, drained it. With each subsequent washing, the water gets clearer and clearer. Now this is an important step. My mom taught me how to wash rice when I was really little. We want to remove the excess starch on the rice. So we're going to fill it to the proper level. So we're going to use the sushi rice or the sweet rice increments and measure out 3 cups. And then we're going to place it into our cooker and then set the mode to sushi rice and press start. A rice cooker that sings. Okay, so now it just beeped because it's going to keep it warm. Just gonna fluff it, and now we're going to prepare the seasoning for the sushi rice. So I just got some rice wine vinegar, and I just realized that I got the one that's pre-seasoned. Typically, I grab the unseasoned one. So this one has sugar in it already. So if you get the regular, which I usually get, you would take equal parts of vinegar to sugar. So 3 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar to 3 tablespoons of sugar. So since this is pre-seasoned, I'm just gonna taste this and then adjust for seasoning as I go. So 3 tablespoons of that. Yeah, It's pretty sweet and salty already. I'm just gonna give it a good pinch of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and stir that up. To dissolve all of that, and add our rice. Now, real sushi masters would do this in a bamboo bowl and they would fan this, but I am no master by any means. And be gentle with your rice. You don't want to mush it around. Sushi rice is a little bit different than, say, jasmine rice or just long grain rice. It's shorter grain, so it's sticky, and that's important both for texture, it has a great kind of chew to it, and also for sticking, because sushi rice is molded and you need that stickiness, otherwise it won't create that shape. So I found several recipes on how to make sushi bake, and I'm basing mine on pepper.ph's recipe, and I'll put a link down to the blog down below. So the topping, we're going to be using imitation crab. So what is imitation crab? Imitation crab is made from fish. So it looks like this. See how it has that kind of shredded crab look to it? My brother loved this stuff as a kid. Do you still love it? I don't know. I don't eat it much. It's basically like a fish cake. It's kind of like kamaboko, like those fish cakes or naruto that you would get in ramen. Add it to our bowl. Now to this, we're gonna add some Kewpie mayo. This is Japanese style mayo. It's kind of creamier and richer style of mayonnaise. I really love it. I'm gonna use up the rest that's in this tube. Did you know if you take off this tip, there's a star tip here on the end here? Yep. I'm gonna use about 1/2 cup to 3/4 cup just to kind of get it to look like a, potato salad. Add a little more to that. We're gonna add about 1/4 cup of cream cheese. So let's give that an initial stir, break up the cream cheese, and mix the mayo in there. So this is gonna be a little bit of a nod to a spicy crab roll. So we're gonna add a little bit of sriracha. Add as much or as little as you like. For a little bit of crunch and for color, we're gonna add some tobiko, which is fish roe. Look at that color, isn't that beautiful? So add a big spoon of that to here. Oh, look how bright that is. Kewpie mayo is so delicious. It's got just a richer, kind of eggier flavor. So, so good. I've got a baking pan here, and I'm just gonna oil it with just a tiny bit of oil and rub out the excess with a paper towel, just to ensure that the rice doesn't stick. Scoop that in there, and we're gonna press it into the bottom of the pan. Because my oven is small, I'm using a smaller baking pan, but you certainly have enough rice to fill a 9 by 13 inch baking pan. So on top of our rice, we're gonna add a layer of furikake. Love this stuff. This is rice seasoning. It's usually composed of toasted sesame seeds, chopped up nori, which is seaweed, and it has other additions depending on the type that you get. Sometimes they add shiso, sometimes there's umeboshi, sometimes there's wasabi. You can get all different kinds of flavors, but you find it everywhere. You just sprinkle it on your rice, and that's all you need to do. Look how just, it's just so inviting. Like, you just want to eat that now because it's so pretty. I'm gonna grab a spoon. And now we're gonna top it with our crab mixture. Beautiful. Now we're gonna pop this into a preheated 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes or until everything kind of gets warmed up. Remember, everything in here is cooked, so it shouldn't take very long. Okay, see you in a little bit. Alrighty, my beautiful lovelies, I just took the beautiful Sushi Bake out of the oven and it smells phenomenal. And look how this caramelized on top. For the final touch, I'm gonna just dust it with a little bit more of the furikake. Yes, Sushi Bake. And I'm gonna cut little bite-sized portions here. And then we're gonna catch it in a piece of nori. Ooh, it's hot. Beautiful! Alrighty, my first taste of Sushi Bake. Itadakimasu. I'm gonna have another piece of nori because everything's falling out. Alright, here we go. Ah. Oh, hot. Absolutely delicious. It is not like sushi at all. At all. Now, I know my channel name is emmymade in Japan. I was not actually made in Japan, but the channel was made in Japan. The channel was supposed to be a crafting channel. It was supposed to be everything that I'd made while I was living in Japan, but it's the name that grew with the channel, so that's what the channel name ended up being. Although changes are coming, so stay tuned for that. I'm actually not Japanese by heritage. I'm Chinese American by heritage, which I've mentioned before, but I know many of you may be new. And while I have eaten my fair share of sushi, I'm certainly no expert on sushi, but I know this is not sushi, but it is a sushi bake. So it is a take on sushi. This is completely different than sushi. First of all, it is hot, it is warm, the toppings are not raw, but it is absolutely delicious. It actually reminds me more of a hot bowl of rice with lovely toppings on top, although I think it'd be equally delicious at room temperature. The topping is rich and creamy. You get a little bite of the tobiko, the little fish roe. It's like a little bit of a crunch. The seasoned rice down below is sushi rice, so it's slightly sticky. It has just a little bit of vinegar in it to give it kind of some complexity and some tanginess, but it's not overly vinegared. Sometimes you get sushi rice and you're just like, whoa, it shouldn't be overpowering whatsoever. It should just be kind of lightly seasoned. It should be enhanced. And the textures are marvelous. You've got the nori, which kind of holds everything together, but it adds that lovely briny, seaweedy flavor of the ocean. And then it acts as your kind of like shell to hold your meal together. And then you've got the furikake in there, which echoes the nori because you've got more seaweed flavor in there. It's so good. You know what would make this really good? Some sliced avocado on top of this. That would be out of sight. Even more richness. Before I leave you, can I just share this with you? Ever seen this before? This is a baby Kewpie mayo. I picked this up in my travels last time I went to Japan, and I just have never opened it. Oh my gosh, look at this. So stinking cute. It's just a fraction the size of the big one. I love it. Little star nozzle on the top. Alrighty, my beautiful lovelies, thanks once again for tuning in. And if you'd like to try Simple Health out for free, click the link down below or head over to simplehealth.com/Emmy or use the code Emmy at checkout. Big thanks to Simple Health for sponsoring this video, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye!
Ah.